Hog's Breath Cafe has more. There's no better steak to be served on the planet than our famous 18-hour slow-cooked prime rib. Lunch and dinner, call 1-800-HOGSTER. Our hospitality, it's more your taste.
A game-changing performance requires a well-rested mind and body. Swiss Ulti-Boost Sleep to assist natural, restful sleep helps relieve nervous tension and helps you get a good night's rest so you wake up fresh and ready to tackle life head-on. Swiss Ulti-Boost Sleep, Australia's #1 naturally derived sleep formula. The choice of the Wallabies.
Now Domino's Super Saturday delivers even bigger value. Get any 3 pizzas for just $30 delivered. That's any 3 pizzas from our value range, Chef's Best, traditional or chicken and prawn ranges for just $30 delivered. Domino's Super Saturday.
Being that close to death, being that alive, it's completely addictive. Fun things to watch. This is what we do.
Welcome back to ANZ Stadium. It's the Sharks leading the Bears 22-16 at the halftime break. Should also mention there was another New South Wales Cup game played earlier today in New Zealand at Mount Smart Stadium. The Auckland Vulcans 36 defeating the Illawarra Cutters 10. So Illawarra would have gone to New Zealand, you would think, fairly confident. The rain is tumbling here at Homebush. The forecasters have been suggesting that rain was inevitable today. There is the scoreline and the summary of that match across the Tasman. Auckland dominant in every aspect of the game. A host of tries, and the Cutters, they're struggling a bit for consistency in season 2013, despite a very good charge into the semi-finals last season in its first year in this competition. But it's still only early days, Braith and Astor.
It is. It's early days in the competition as the North Sydney Bears fans are out here to support their team. And what about the Bunnies? The Bunnies fans will be pretty excited about tonight's game too. They're on fire at the moment. Leading the premiership as Luke Burgess comes to watch his brother, Tom, in the New South Wales Cup, and we'll be hoping to play with him soon, probably in first grade.
That'll be the objective. How would you like to line up opposite them the day that happens? The 3 Burgess boys rolling downfield at you, set after set after set. It'd be good to defend against Braith. It might be against the West Tigers.
Yeah, and I was defending in the middle last week too, so I might have to make my way back into the halves position for that week.
You defend one in from the wing.
There is nowhere to hide when you're playing the likes of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. They've got so many big men all over the park, and as the Cronulla Sharks head out for the second half of this New South Wales Cup match.
Yeah, the big men in the Rabbitohs engine room. Just one of the reasons they're having such a stellar season in 2013. You'll see the Bunnies face the Newcastle Knights here tonight. Live on Fox Sports, 7:30 kickoff. Cronulla back on the field. Here come the Bears. It's been a fruitful relationship. The Bears and the Rabbitohs. As unlikely as it may have appeared when the union was first announced. Great thing about this competition, or one of the great things about this competition, is the fact that traditional foundation strips like the Bears still exist in grade football.
It's great to see the Bears and the likes of the Newtown Jets playing in New South Wales Cup. There's still a lot of supporters from both teams. They are traditional clubs, as are the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and it is a good combination as we look at Thomas Burgess. 9 hit-ups and 1 line break and 16 tackles. He scored a try for his team to get his team back into this match, and look to see more in the second half from him.
Onside.
We'll be underway here shortly. So the Bears' first use of the football in the second half. Matapuku is tackled, and tackled strongly by Stuart Mills. And North Sydney 21 metres out from its own line. Fepulai at acting half, and now the Englishman Burgess rumbles downfield. Big Rokika stopped him in his tracks, however. And good metres here by North Sydney. They're about 7 metres on their own side of halfway. On tackle 3 as Matt Highland gets to his feet. Fepulai to Burgess, and Burgess carries the Steeden into Sharks territory. He was tackled by Dane Weston, who was named on the bench originally in the Sharks side wearing jumper 14. For some reason he ran out in jumper 20. Now Matthew Wright returns the football for the Sharks. Tackled by Bennett Leslie. Leslie's been one of North Sydney's best. He carries the ball with gusto, doesn't he, the Bears' number 11? You commented on it earlier. And he's just as strong in defence as Bryce Gibbs goes forward for the Sharks in his comeback game. Junior Rakika get up to the halfway line or beyond. Achieves that. Fepulai the tackler. It's Dane Weston, only knows one way. 26 years of age from Goulburn in the southern highlands of New South Wales. Now the Frenchman Guigeot puts the ball high in the air. That'll bring snowflakes. Stayed up there for a long time. Kieran Vale, he returns the football. He came into the 17 very late for the Bears. He's been good, hasn't he, Kieran Vale? Hasn't had a bad game.
Yeah, he's getting up gingerly to play the ball here, but it was a great kick from Guigeot, but an even better take from Vale. He's come up with a try in the first half and nearly scored a second right on the siren of half-time. And North Sydney Bears, he really making a half break, and that's off the back of Vale. We spoke about him just before. He's been fantastic today.
Curtis Johnson, not a bad run out of acting half, and that's followed by another good charge by Matt Highland, who'll play it right on the halfway stripe at ANZ Stadium. Now Dylan Farrell turns it back to Big Tom Burgess, and he was confronted by Dane Weston, who was equal to it. Burgess falls over after he plays it, but there's no risk of an injury. He's fine. There's a contest. Ball in the air. Comes back to Jess Roberts. He gave it to Curtis Johnson, who was not expecting it. He lost it, and coming away with it, Daniel Morocco. Well, there's a chance gone begging.
Oh, they've done all the hard work. A beautiful kick in the air from Nichols. He's been spot on with his positional play. He's put it right on the money.
Here, mate, wait.
Tuna Mapaya is tackled. Curtis Johnson, this is also his comeback game today, and he will not sleep tonight. He will be having nightmares. He'll see Stevens bouncing around his earlobes.
He had an opportunity to score the easiest of 4 pointers. They've done all the tough stuff. Johnson had the opportunity but dropped the ball cold with the try line right inside.
Bryce Gibbs is tackled.
He's got a new hairstyle, Bryce Gibbs.
He has.
He looks a bit different. I didn't realise him. Recognise him, but he's
Yeah, I had to look twice too.
he's looking good.
Is it unfair to say he looks like he's been in a good paddock as well?
Looks like he's had a good break, but no, he's had a huge impact on this game as well. He's been fantastic for the Cronulla Sharks.
Corrigan, crunched by Big Rakika. He's been good, Rakika, since he came on for the Sharks. There he is, the Fijian, making another tackle, ball and all. He's improved his mobility over the years. I first saw him about 3 years ago, and whilst damaging, his lateral movement was, let's say, needing work, but he's really improved that aspect of his game.
I think when you're the size that he is, a lot of players can struggle that in the middle of the ruck. And as we see, it's Shepherd from the North Sydney Bears.
Cronulla getting a penalty. Highland on screen, bit of claret around the mouth, not impressed. He's had a big dig today, Matt Highland. 23 tackles, easily leads the North Sydney tackle count. 9 hit-ups.
Huge workload.
Yeah, he's got a big motor. Now Guigeot gives it away to Bryce Gibbs. Runs into Matapuku. And Highland makes his 24th tackle of the game. Dane Weston. Good tackle by Daniel Fepulai. Now Polatoni to Gijo, a dummy and another dummy. And he got away from Nichols himself with a good fend. He looks to have talent, doesn't he, Gijo? He's got a good kicking game on him. Deceptive. As they come away now with Junior Moores. Moores, his opposite number, Bennett Leslie, driving his shoulder in around the hips. 15 metres out. Great chance for the Cronulla Sharks to extend its lead. Oh, that's a terrific catch there by Darren Nichols. Snatched it out of the air and for good measure ran 15 metres.
Great positional play from Nichols. He read the kick from Malala. Wasn't the best kick. He decided to go early on tackle 4. He didn't hit it quite the way he would have liked. And Nichols, right, Johnny on the spot. Good positional play and gets his side back on the front foot.
Good run by Tonga High. Nice fast play of the balls by the Bears here. Unfortunately, the footy finding the turf. Highland falls on the ball. Tackle 4. They were getting a real spring in their step rolling downfield then, North Sydney. That's tackle 5. They're only just into Cronulla territory as it turns out. Dylan Farrell, a kick between winger and fullback. Ambling back as Daniel Morocco. Kick chase from the Bears is adequate. He runs into Curtis Johnson and they bundle him into touch. That's good play, North Sydney. Curtis Johnson, assisted by Corrigan. They'll get the ball back.
Put that down to the kicker, Farrell. He hasn't done too much kicking in the match. He's left that to his halves combination of Nichols, but the tackle from Johnston, he holds Morocco up. Corrigan helps him and drags him over the sideline. Pinpoint kick from Farrell and finished off from his outside men, giving them a perfect opportunity on the Cronulla Sharks try line.
Let's see if they can capitalise on it. 22-16.
Good work from Johnson then. He come up with the error earlier on and they had an opportunity to score a try and he dropped the ball, but he's made up for it with a beautiful tackle.
Dylan Farrell takes them on. He'll be put on his back. You can't sugarcoat it. Curtis Johnson's had an unhappy game, but certainly made amends with that great defensive effort to get the ball back for his team. Here's Bird, just perilously close to scoring. He'll play it a few blades of grass short of the try line. Here's Highland, and now the run around with Fepulai, and now Nichols. He gets the ball out the back to Kieran Vale. Oh, Johnson, he took the ball, was well tackled by Daniel Morocco, I think it was, and into touch he goes.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Johnson. It wasn't the right play. You see that Fepulai wraps around the back of Highland, out the back to Nichols. Nichols hits Vale. He shouldn't have threw that pass. It wasn't the right play. It was too early in the tackle count. He put all the pressure on this man here, Johnson. Johnson had no room to move. Mind you, beautiful defence from Morocco. But it's impatience. You've got to build pressure. They find themselves only 6 points behind. They're in perfect position to try and tie the scores up as we listen to the referee.
Arms around each other. Heads right in. Bend your backs. Heads in.
We'll take this opportunity with Cronulla having the loosened feed to go down to Lara.
Just the messages from half-time from the Sharks. Just grind this one out and stop giving away silly piggyback penalties. Haven't done that yet in this half. For the Bears, stick with what they're doing. Go down the middle. That's what Wayne Lampkin thinks they can out-muscle the Sharks. For the Sharks as well, though, they won't have Slade Griffin back. He obviously hasn't come back from that head knock.
Okay, thank you for that. And to compound the North Sydney error going into touch on that play that Braith so eloquently described. The Sharks will now get a penalty and advance further downfield.
Yeah, there is a bit of feeling in this match, as you can see there. A pretty physical match, and both teams demanding the utmost respect out of each individual, but giving a penalty away there for the North Sydney Bears is not ideal. It gives Cronulla an opportunity here, and a big swing considering the North Sydney Bears had an opportunity to score down the other end of the field, and if the Sharks get an opportunity to score here, it could be dangerous.
Getting some terrific momentum at the moment off the back of these charges by the likes of Bryce Gibbs and Dane Weston. Here's Polatoni, and Manu Malai got the pass away. So great opportunity for the current premiership leader to extend the lead. It comes to Rokika off a Manu Malai pass. Burgess was the tackler on Junior Rokika. 10 out, Guizot, a kick over the top. Stuart Mills is chasing. It was fielded by Curtis Johnson. He'll race back out to the 20. And the ref says that's fine, and Curtis restarts play, runs 5 metres tackled.
Great tackle there from Bryce Gibbs. Front rower gets himself back to the 20-metre line. We talk about how there's a bit of passion and contact in this game. Well, that shows it, but...
Second effort there.
Number 11.
Yep, so Junior Moores penalised, pushing the player over as he tried to get to his feet. It's a pity because the game was building up to something there, wasn't it?
It was, and this man, Bryce Gibbs, did an enormous job to get back and get Johnson from that 20-metre restart. And the coach at half-time for the Cronulla Sharks, as Lara just mentioned, said try not to give penalties and let North Sydney out of their end, and that's exactly what they've done.
Johnson didn't like the fact the front row tackled him either. They had a bit to say to one another. Dylan Farrell, meanwhile, tackled by Manu Malalai. The open side with Fepulai. He dummied to Burgess, and Fepulai is wrapped up smartly by Junior Rokika. And Weston as well. Now Nichols coming back on the angle is Nichols. So that was Darren Nichols to Greg Nichols. Fepulai at acting half. Ball away to Farrell. Danger for Cronulla as Kieran Vale goes forward. Tackled by Manu Malalai. It's tackle number 5. Dylan Farrell at first receiver. A ball to Burgess. It was a bit haphazard. The big Englishman might get them there. No. They look to be a little disorganised there in North Sydney.
Yeah, they are. That could come from inexperience in the halves as well, with Farrell there on 2 occasions in this match throwing a pass instead of probably opting for the kick, which would have been a better option. But, you know, it's not such a bad option in hitting Burgess as well, close to the line. He wasn't too far away, and it's not such a bad end to the set of 6, and you can see they've got some pressure already on the Cronulla Sharks.
Is Rakika playing it? Floodlights on here at ANZ Stadium. Very bleak conditions. It hasn't poured yet, but it's been steady drizzle. What about this man, Dane Weston? How good has he been, Braith? He just goes and goes and goes.
Oh, he's been great. To have Weston and Gibbs come off the bench for the Sharks has been enormous. I know the North Sydney coach said at half-time, go through the middle. That's where he thought where they could catch Cronulla out. I don't think that's the play right now. They're so strong in the middle. They're the forwards. They're full of energy. They've got first-grade experience, and they've been fantastic to start the second half.
Now Greg Nichols, another man that can play in the centres or back row. Actually, he works at the New South Wales Rugby League. He's involved in the administration of this competition. Fepulai to Sean Corrigan, and Corrigan looking for the halfway line or better. He'll play it a couple of metres short of that. Now Nichols drifting and got away from the first tackler, but couldn't get away from Manu Malalai, one of the more difficult names to pronounce, Braith, in the New South Wales Cup.
It's definitely a mouthful.
Morocco takes that high kick and is crunched by Greg Nichols and Joey Matapuku in defence. One-arm pick-up here by young Tunapaya. To get a quick play the ball away, manages that. Now Matthew Wright, the 22-year-old of Samoan descent, is the next man to go forward. Linking up with the Sharks Melbourne joint venture, having spent his junior football years with the Panthers. Weston again, been absolutely outstanding. 18 tackles, 9 hit-ups, and every hit-up has been supreme quality. Guizot, the Frenchman, boot to ball, racing back is Curtis Johnson. He'll be busy here. It just goes. Get in goal. Just as well he would have struggled to get out of there.
Yeah, those kicks in the first half from Guizot were right on the money and were building pressure against the North Sydney Bears. In the second half, he hasn't executed them quite as well. He hasn't been far away, but he's given North Sydney the chance to get out of their own end a lot easier in this second half.
There's the right winger going for a run, Jordan Tonga High. Tackled by Pat Politoni. And ball on the ground. Bad luck for North Sydney. They're right in this game. We've seen no points in the second half. It was 22-16 at the break.
That's the 9th error for the North Sydney Bears today. So probably too many to try and get some momentum and try and build pressure on the opposition. And Tonga High he was trying to get the quick play the ball for his team, and you could see he wanted to try and get a penalty out of it, and he's come up with an error. So a bit unfortunate, but they can't afford to be making those errors in the second half when you're behind by 6 points.
Kirisomi Ava taken down by Dylan Farrell. Weston again. Puts his right shoulder into the defensive line. Was tackled by Jordan Tuiave, who's out there now for the Bears in jersey number 19. There was some, can I use the expression, weird numbers out there this afternoon by virtue of the amount of changes mid-morning. 22, it's Tony Gijo. Centre field, 12 metres out. Another chance for Cronulla. Sopawanga got the pass away to the fullback Matthew Wright. Wright was converged upon by 3 Bears, leading the charge Curtis Johnson. Tackle number 5, Gijo. A grubbing kick. The chasers are coming. It hits the upright. Big chance for the Manu Malalai. Had his hands on it for the Sharks, but couldn't maintain possession. Kieran Vale races out to the 20. Referee, let's play continue. And he'll play it just outside the Bears' 30-metre line.
Unfortunate there for the Cronulla Sharks. Gijo put a perfect little kick in from Manulai. He just couldn't get the ball down, and that's a third 20-metre restart in a row for the North Sydney Bears, but that come off the back of a little bit of bad luck for the Cronulla Sharks.
Got to straighten up.
As Brad Loopy was going forward, the Bears earning a penalty.
You talk about momentum. They nearly score a try off the back of a Gijo kick, and now all of a sudden the North Sydney Bears will be in good territory and be building pressure on the Cronulla Sharks.
Yep. The glorious uncertainties of rugby league, great. Restart. Coruscant and now Greg Nichols. Gijo almost above the horizontal there, but was able to pull out of it. Now Brad Loopy. Polatoni, one of 3 tacklers. Vave also in there. The Cronulla 10-metre line is where they're playing the game. Now Dylan Farrell away on the outside to Kieran Vale, and then to Matt Evans, and on the outside now to Tonga High, and Tonga High is bundled into touch. North Sydney not doing themselves any favours.
It's deja vu. That's the second time in this second half they've been in perfect position to attack the Cronulla line, and they've gotten the touch on 2 occasions. They've gone sideways. No one is committing any defenders from the North Sydney Bears. And Tonga High, he had a chance to come back in, but he steps off his left there and gave the opportunity for Cronulla and Arvo to take him out over the touchline. If he had his time over again, Tonga High, he would have kept stepping off his right. It was the second or third tackle for the North Sydney Bears. They've been tackled there in the opposition 24 times. It shows that their errors, they've come up with 10 errors, and you just can't come up with that and expect to win the match and expect to score tries.
Yeah, possession is equal, 50-50, potentially speaking. So the Bears have had every opportunity to get to the front in this game. You're 100% right, they are playing laterally. With the exception of probably Burgess, very few others are actually carting the ball straight.
And in the first half, that's where Nichols and Farrell were so effective, because they were going into the Cronulla line and they were drawing the defenders in and creating the opportunities on the edge. Now the Cronulla defence are just sliding early, and they've forced him in the touch 2 sets of 6 in a row.
Yeah. Siosea Vave put down by 3 North Sydney players. 22-16. We approach the 60th minute mark of this top of the table clash in the VB New South Wales Cup. Polatoni plays it. Wright lets the ball go to Junior Moores. He's been a little on the quiet side today, Junior Moores, really. Haven't seen any of his customary charges or offloading ability. There's a kick that Kieran Vale is beautifully positioned for. Straight into his waiting arms. Got away from the first chaser. Put on the ground by Kirisomi Ava. Farrell to Greg Nichols. Nichols looks like he's shed a few kilos. No, you know why? It's because it's Matt Evans. I've done it again. They look exactly the same. Curtis Johnson goes for another run.
Tackle 3, left side.
Tackled by Junior Moores. They're twins. Dylan Farrell carries the ball beyond the halfway line. Put down by Ava. And now it's Coruscant. Coruscant down the short side. Wrestled to ground by the winger, young Tonanapea.
Second marker.
Bears come to the open. A crossfield kick for Curtis Johnson. He leaps Johnson and bats the football back. So the Bears maintain possession with Brad Loopy. We thought about passing to Greg Nichols. They're going to put him in the touch. Loopy's head touches the white line.
And the worst possible result.
Third time.
For the North Sydney Bears. They got over the sideline again. They were a bit unfortunate, and the kick wasn't so bad from Nichols. It was probably too far out from Cronulla's try line and didn't really give his side a chance to attack the ball. And Loopy gets dragged over the sideline from Stuart Mills. A sorry sight, and I've seen it too often today for the North Sydney Bears supporters. They've got to stay away from the sidelines.
There's Jordan McLean back into the action. Big, tall, rangy front rower. Now, Tapu Sopawanga, former Bulldog under-20s player. One of the real emerging stars of this Cronulla side. Former junior Kiwi as well, Sopawanga. Now, Manu Malalai. The Sharks on the attack through Gijo. 20 metres out. Curtis Johnson, watchful, just a little too much on the kick by the Cronulla player Gijo. So again we see Curtis Johnson rushing back to the 20, probing for open spaces.
And again, another 20-metre restart from Johnson off the back of a Gijo kick. He reminds me a lot of Jason Taylor. He looks so, it's like he's got so much time with the ball. His kicking game is always on the money. He's got nice touch. He throws nice passes. Doesn't take the ball on, the line on, too often, but he's a good player. He's the French kid.
Yeah, he's done a lot of good things today. Farrell kicks that downtown. Matthew Wright returning the football for Cronulla. 18 minutes remaining in this game. Holden Cup, Rabbitohs and Newcastle Knights. Next on Fox Sports, Stuart Mills. Repeating, if you didn't hear the news earlier, the Auckland Vulcans 36, running out winners over Illawarra 10 at Mount Smart Stadium in the New South Wales Cup. There's a mistake by Jordan McLean. It's been ruled a strip. Fortuitous for Cronulla. That would have given North Sydney decent field position. It's just a contest, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he's just a loose carry then. I mean,
a very lucky penalty.
There was hands around the ball, but there was no intent to rake the ball out. And
wait for the kick.
Very fortuitous for the Cronulla Sharks.
Junior Moores. 21 tackles in the game. 11 hit ups so far by the Sharks left edge back rower. Now Tafua picked himself up. A rare try in the first half. Ball away now to Jordan McLean. No shortage of size up front for Cronulla. They hammer the North Sydney defensive line here in their quest for try number 5. Remind you, there's been no points in the second half so far. It was 22-16 at the break. Polatoni. The pass away to Ava. And is now told to play it on tackle number 5. Barbe, it was, sorry. And there's a kick through that's fielded by North Sydney under pressure. Kieran Vale saving the day for his team.
Well, he's been so good at the back here in Vale. He's come up with big plays on numerous occasions. Malai puts the kick in and Vale just couldn't hold the ball. He got there in time. He was in good position to take the catch, but he's made probably his first error of the match. He's been so solid for the North Sydney Bears at the back. But this is an important set of 6 here for the North Sydney side. They haven't been able to take their own opportunities. And it's the first time Cronulla have been down here for a while, so it's important they hold the side out.
Barbe, great run off that scrum win. Now gets to his feet, Varve. They'll be hard to hold out here, the Sharks. And the ball goes on the outside. Tunumaipea has crashed over in the corner. The referee, Phil Henderson, confirms the 4-pointer. Young Tunumaipea gets his second try of the afternoon. 26-16, kick to come from Whitehouse.
And you can put this down to the ball out the back here. You can see Malalai throws the cutout pass to Tunumaipea, puts good footwork on Tungahai, and Tungahai showed him the sideline. You'll see here, once again, the ball out the back to Tunumaipea. Tungahai shows him the sideline. Probably that was the biggest mistake that he made because Tunumaipea took it and he was too quick. Footwork was great, gets on the outside and scores the 4-pointer. And just as we mentioned, gets his side out to a 10-point lead. His 4th try of the season, and that's taking opportunities. That's the difference in today's game, is that Cronulla have taken the opportunities when they've been given them, and the North Sydney Bears haven't.
So first points of the second half with 14.5 minutes remaining on the clock. The Frenchman Tony Guijol will take this kick from the eastern touchline, 21 metres out. He's only missed one attempt so far today. He's had a fine game in general play too. Formerly of the Catalan Dragons. Let's see if he can get this over from wide out. It's away. Looks pretty decent too, but waved away, just not quite having the direction. So scoreline remains 26-16 with 14 minutes on the clock. Here's Lara Pitt.
Just a little note on the little girl running out with the kicking tee for Guijot. She's actually the daughter of Tony Herman, the coach. Her name's Olivia. She's 8 years old, and she normally runs it out for Chad Townsend. She loves Chad. She wanted to learn how to say good luck in French for Tony this week. I don't know if she managed to do that.
There's nothing Lara doesn't know, is there?
How good's that?
That's a scoop. A Fox Sports exclusive. Well done.
Wish I could speak French. I wonder if she learned it.
How's your French, Lara? You can speak the language fluently?
Je m'appelle.
As play continues, Siosea Vave. Just outside the Sharks' 30-metre line. 26-16. Still plenty of time if North Sydney can complete and build some pressure, and that is not going to hurt their cause. Ball comes out. It was McLean carting the ball forward. Another look at that.
Yeah, just a simple error there from the big Cronulla Sharks front rower. This is an important time for North Sydney. They're down in confidence. They've come up with a few errors of late. They haven't been able to take their opportunities. You've mentioned that on numerous occasions this afternoon. Now they find themselves in good ball position off the back of a Corrigan run here. They need to take their opportunities. They need to come up with a quality play at the end of this set.
Corrigan to his feet. Sal, and now to Matt Highland. The former Tiger will play at centre field. 25 out, and now Greg Nichols goes for another run. That is his 4th hit up of the match since coming into the game off the bench. Now the other Nichols lets the ball go to Dylan Farrell, and now to Bennett Leslie. Leslie builds up a head of steam. Well tackled Manu Malalai and 2 others, including Ava. It was a slowish play, the ball. Carousel takes a run out of acting half. Again, Ava the tackler. Great chance for North Sydney.
Good, mate.
They have been pushed into touch 3 times when they visited this end of the field. The high kick across the corner. It goes into touch. Penalty to North Sydney. Referee signalling that a player was held out of the contest. Stuart Mills is the man that has been penalised by the referee. They kick it backwards. Corrigan will restart. Burgess. He's the man you've got to be looking for when you're 5 metres out. Plays it back to Carousel, and a run around back to the number 9 and onto the fingertips of Dylan Farrell. Terrible pass that went in front. Rather behind Kieran Vale. Now Tongahai. Got away from the attempted tackle of Ava. but Junior Moore's put him on the ground. A try here would be handy for the Bears. Dylan Farrell on the outside. It's been lost. Goodness me, not a lot going right for the Red and Blacks at the moment.
Scrum out here, fellas.
He did all the hard work. Farrell, you'll see, he was on the open side. He goes down the short side and throws the cutout.
Bennett Leslie.
And Bennett Leslie, he was over the try line. Another missed opportunity from the North Sydney Bears. It was great vision from Farrell. He was on the open side. He gave this short side an extra number and gave him a 4-on-3. And Bennett Leslie just couldn't take the pass. It was a nice pass from Farrell.
Braith, should the Bears lose today, they'll be lamenting lost opportunities.
Oh, no.
There's been so many of them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's been a high-quality match. I mean, there's been a lot of errors in the last 10 to 15 minutes. They've been up to their eyeballs in today's game. They just haven't, as you mentioned, they haven't taken their opportunities. They've had plenty of them in the second half. And they're playing lateral. They're going side to side. They're not putting a dent in the Cronulla side before trying to capitalise off the back of that. They're going wide early.
There's a good carry by Jordan McLean. Good leg drive. The Sharks trying to get out of trouble here, and a good run also by Junior Morse, who cuts it up to the halfway line. Bennett Leslie was down low, 2 across the top. Now it's CSA Vave. Around his ankles, Jess Roberts, Burgess and Highland also in the tackle. Guizot will drive that low into touch on the western side. A settling play inside the last 10 minutes now. The Sharks in complete control.
Beautiful play. That is the number one play at this time of the game. The final 9 minutes of the match, they're 10 points ahead. Just puts the ball in the touch, gives his forwards a rest after pretty much marching 70 metres down the field for him. As we see North Sydney packing the scrum as quick as they can. They're not out of the match, they're only 10 points behind, but beautiful execution from Guizot. His kicking game has been right on song for the whole of this match.
Curtis Johnson for North Sydney. Tom Burgess, great run again. Trying to punch through the Cronulla defensive line, and almost did. Nichols did well, and he batted the ball on to Greg Nichols. Darren to Greg. Carousel, and a no-look pass to Highland, who had no clue it was coming. And, well, that's really unforgivable from North Sydney.
I think when you get in this position, you lose confidence. You know, as individuals and as a team, you keep knocking on the door. You're coming up with errors at crucial times, as we see here. Their execution in the second half has been poor. It's their 13th error of the match. Not Burgess' fault, mind you, but as you can see there, 13 errors compared to 7 from Cronulla, and they've compounded those errors, and they're lacking confidence, and you can see that in their execution. It's been poor.
A stat that Rabbitohs head coach Michael Maguire will be pleased about is the fact that Tom Burgess, Braith, has played all bar 10 minutes of this game so far. In his quest to push into the NRL, he's played 62 and a half minutes and still going as well now as he was at the start of the game.
He's made 30 hit-ups. 16 hit-ups, 30 tackles and a try. That's impressive for a big front row of the size of Tom Burgess.
Tafua. He'll play it back to Politoni, 15 metres out. Here come the Sharks again through Vave. Pass away to big Jordan McLean. He's struggling to break free and went very close to scoring as the rain continues to tumble at ANZ, and tackle 5 a kick through. It's been picked up by Bennett Leslie for North Sydney. They need something to go right for them. It did on that occasion. Here's Highland spinning in tackles, trying to get through. Tonga High got the pass away. No, this is Tonga High now.
All the way, mate, all the way.
Confronted by Manu Malalai. Sean Corrigan. No room there on this western corridor. Johnson goes back towards the centre. Had support in the shape of Carousel, but happy to take the tackle of Vave. Dylan Farrell. Straight down the centre. No pressure whatsoever. Matthew Wright takes it unchallenged.
Out 3. Play it.
Gijo away to Daniel Morocco, the scorer of 2 remarkable tries, really, in the first half. Now Junior Moores.
Move 9.
Leslie, his opposite number, got the job done in defence. Back to the open side come the Sharks with Tepu Sopawanga. Greg Nichols, good tackle. Sharks looking to get the ball into North Sydney territory. They do so now with Varve. Tackle number 5. Another settling kick coming up, or will it be an attacking kick? Down towards the eastern touchline. Vale getting across but couldn't stop it. So we'll see a scrum pack here with 4 minutes remaining on the clock.
Yeah, and the Cronulla Sharks totally in control of this match. Their kicking game from both halves in Manu Malilai and Gijo has been nothing short of brilliant. They've just positioned their kicks to perfection. They've found the line at the right times. They've built pressure on the opposition at the right times. And they've brought out the frustrations in the North Sydney Bears, who have come up with way too many errors.
Let's see if the Bears can get a consolation 4-pointer. They've got to go 80 metres to do so. Curtis Johnson.
Well, they need to come up with something here. They look bunched. They don't look like they've got any set plays up their sleeve. They don't look like they're trying to score.
Good. Greg Nichols is through. The fullback in front of him. Support is looming. It was a bit late, though. Matt Evans, his dead set look-alike, was looming up on the left, but he couldn't get it away. Here's Nichols, and now to Matapuku. Matapuku around the corner past to Corrigan. Nice play, and Corrigan loses it. Morocco comes up with it. Goodness me. The Bears. They can't do anything right. Penalty. So North Sydney will have an opportunity late in this game. Corrigan it will be to restart play again. 10 out from the Sharks line. They can't win, but perhaps a consolation 4-pointer. Nichols to Burgess. The big Englishman struggling to beat 3 Sharks defenders. Dylan Farrell at first receiver. Now Bennett Leslie out to Kieran Vale. Vale for the corner. He's already got 1 try. He's across the line, but he's held up.
Tackle 2.
Back he goes to the 10-metre line. He wants to have a rest first, though, or has he got a cramp? He's got a cramp.
Time off.
So time off with 3.5 remaining on the timepiece.
Well, they need to score this set of 6 if they have any chance at all with only 3.5 minutes remaining. Let's see what they can come up with. They've let themselves down so far in this second half. Can they come up with a play at the right time?
Farrell to Highland. Burgess ran as the decoy. Now out to Nichols. He cut the other Nichols out to Corrigan. Ooh, that tackle was not good. Definitely above the horizontal.
Time off.
Time off. There'll be a bit of go on report. Phil Henderson calls him out.
You put him in a dangerous position. You've got to put on a report. All right.
Questionable. Even though it was a dangerous tackle, we can't underestimate how good the Cronulla defence has been in the second half also.
Here's Matapuku.
Stand up.
Tackle by Sopawanga. The Sharks pressure on its own line. Awful pass, which is picked up by Dylan Farrell, then pass to Bennett Leslie, who was always covered in defence. Leslie trying to get a quick play the ball in. Arms and legs in the way. Now it comes away to Highland and Dylan Farrell. He shows it. And is tackled by Dane Weston over there on the far side. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this game. Bit of indecision there as Matt Evans goes for the corner. There are ample Cronulla jumpers there, however. Now Evans will play it. They'll come to the open. Farrell at first receiver. They're flat-footed. Carousel, a kick through. And Cronulla will handle that easily through Gijo. He runs it dead, so Norths will get the ball back. But again there we see them 10 metres out and not knowing what to do.
Yeah, they look disorganised. You know, we spoke about Luke Keary, the number 7 from Norths, not being able to take part in today's game. I tell you what, they're missing him at the moment. They've missed him in this second half. Their organisation has been down. Their execution has been down because of that. You can't help but think if Luke Keary was out there, they could have been more effective and had more of a chance of winning this game.
Well, they all had their feet planted there. No bodies in motion at all. So here come the Bears again through Burgess, late in the contest. Under 2 minutes now remaining. His contribution has been immense. 30 tackles, 18 hit-ups, 1 try. The Englishman. Penalty for hanging on too long. North Sydney have had the lion's share of penalties. It's 10-5 the penalty count in this game. As Carousel restarts play, a pass to Burgess, and now this is Greg Nichols operating in heavy traffic. 3 Sharks put him on the ground. He'll play it 5 metres out. Can North Sydney get a try? Now this is the other Nichols, Darren Nichols, so close. Oh, he has got it down over his head, and he's been penalised. Double movement, the ruling from referee Phil Henderson. Wouldn't mind seeing that again.
I'd love to see that again. Nichols gets through the line. Looks like he plants the ball down. Is it a double movement or not? We'll see here. Yes. Yep. His elbow hit the ground. What about the defence from McLean? Try-saving tackle epitomises the Cronulla Sharks today. The defensive effort in his second half has been superb.
Yep, the arm carrying the ball definitely came in contact with the ground, albeit slenderly, just enough to vindicate that penalty. So the Sharks, their unbeaten run in 2013 continues. An extraordinary effort. There are not too many professional teams in any code of sport in Australia undefeated in the same manner as the Sharks, not that I'm aware of anyway. This man's been outstanding today, Weston, who has the ball now. There's the full-time siren. Cronulla too good. North Sydney, how many opportunities did they have? Thwarting them all in the second half, failing to score a point in the second stanza. So Cronulla's remarkable run continues in season 2013. 26-16, a break and back with more at ANZ.
Closer than ever before in June.
NRL continues with 5 live every full round. The Champions Trophy begins exclusively live in HD. The Major League Baseball live. NHL Stanley Cup live playoffs come to a climactic end. And live from the lawns of Wimbledon, Grand Slam tennis graces the world stage. Singles champion.
That's June on Fox Sports.
Before I was an officer commanding a humanitarian mission, I was here, learning to lead troops in the field, studying military strategy and practicing leadership skills. And that journey to become an officer started right here.
Royal Military College Duntroon, where leaders are made. Become an officer in 18 months with no military experience required.
G'day, it's Clarky. Clark Rubber's fabulous new comfort range of sleep solutions is available now. And to celebrate, we're taking 15% off all pillows in the comfort range. 15% off all pillows? How good is that? But hurry, have fun at Clark Rubber.
For penny pinching value, go to Hungry Jack's. Because now you can get 5 chicken nuggets for just $2. That's right, just $2. It's all part of our great value penny pincher snacks. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Powerade satisfies your thirst for footy in 2013 with the Fox Footy Match Centre. Make your vote count with the Powerade poll. In-depth live stats will keep you in touch with all the action. Go to afl.foxsports.com.au.
Want a car that stands out from the crowd?
Yeah.
How about the new Opel Astra?
Yeah.
Free on-roads, dealer delivery, plus 3 years free servicing, $22,990.
Yeah.
The Opel Mid-Year Sale. On now.
Opel. Wir leben Autos.
80% of golfers are playing a driver with the wrong loft, which means 80% of you are losing yards. Your driver should be able to tune in the loft that makes you longer. So we made one driver with every loft. The new R1. One driver, every loft, every look, every flight. Make it your R1. TaylorMade, the #1 driver in golf.
You have Foxtel Go on this, don't you?
Yeah.
The game's on tonight. Do you mind if I borrow it?
Sure.
Thank you.
But I've got Foxtel Go with hundreds of movies.
Foxtel Go, now with AFL. Available on iPad and iPhone.
Yes!
So here at ANZ Stadium in the VB New South Wales Cup, Cronulla 26, proving too good for North Sydney 16. The latter having plenty of opportunities, but unable to capitalise on their possession and chances. Cronulla's unbeaten run continues in the New South Wales Cup. 5 tries. Tuna Mapaya got 2 of them. Likewise, Morocco and Tafua, the front rower, also getting 1. Gijo, 3 from 5. For the Bears, Burgess, Farrell and Vale, the try scorers. Dylan Farrell successful with 2 goals from 3 attempts. Just the 1 try in the second half. It was 22-16 at half-time. It stayed that way for a long time in the second stanza. It was Tuna Mapaya who did very well, crossing wide out in the corner to get the Sharks' only try of the second half. So he had a fine game, coming up with 2 tries.
Yeah, it was good footwork from Tuna Mapaya to get on the outside and get his side even further ahead in the second half.
All right, let's go down to Lara Pitt with the man of the match.
Yes, he made 19 tackles, 16 hit-ups. He is our VB man of the match, CSO Vave. Congratulations. What did you think of that one today? A tough hit-out?
Yeah, it was a tough hit-out against a quality side. We're just happy to get out and get the win and come out unscathed.
12 games unbeaten. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, it is pretty huge. We've got a good bunch of blokes here and a good coaching staff, so it makes it all worthwhile coming back and playing with the boys. So, yeah, it's been a good season so far.
All right, congratulations. Enjoy it.
So, thanks, VB. Cheers.
Yeah, Vave was strong today here at ANZ Stadium as the rain, sadly, continues to fall. If anything, is getting a little on the heavier side. Now, next week, our VB New South Wales Cup live television match features the Newcastle Knights and the Illawarra Cutters. That'll be a good one. The Cutters will be desperate. Live from Hunter Stadium at Newcastle at 1 o'clock. Looking forward to that one, Braith.
Yeah, it should be a big match. And the Cutters unfortunately went down to the Vulcans, as we've seen earlier today. So it'll be hard from up there at Hunter Stadium against the Knights, but certainly one to look forward to.
Indeed. And next up on Fox Sports, Australia's sports leader. It is, of course, the Holden Cup with a 5 o'clock kickoff. The Rabbitohs and the Knights comes your way live, of course. And then the pre-game show at 6:55 p.m. ahead of the 7:30 kickoff. Rabbitohs and Knights. How do you see that going here tonight?
I think the Rabbitohs have got the home advantage. They're a good team. I think they've, there's a few injuries, but the Holden Cup team have been on fire this year for the Rabbitohs. They've been playing some good footy. I think they'll be too strong.
Yeah, of course, 3 Rabbitohs on origin duty and Sam Burgess suspended. Should also wish Josh Mantellato all the best, the leading point scorer in the New South Wales Cup last season and a man that's done a great job for the Knights New South Wales Cup side this year on the wing. He makes his first grade debut tonight at age 26.
It's a big effort, isn't it? Age 26, first grade debut. Wishing him all the very best. Surely he deserves his spot, so hopefully he takes the opportunity as we see the South fans. Look how loyal they are, the little fella there, standing in the rain, waiting for his team to get onto the field. The South Sydney Bunnies sitting in first position on the table and looking forward to a great night ahead.
Everyone knows the Rabbitohs fans are the heartiest souls in the game. Good to work with you, Braith and Asta. Thanks very much for your company on Fox Sports. The Holden Cup comes your way next.